There is a reason your life feels heavy right now, a reason the pressure seems unbearable, a reason the path feels darker than it has ever been. It is because you are closer to victory than you think. Struggle is not a punishment. Struggle is a signal. When the storm intensifies, it does not mean you are lost. It means you are nearing the shore. Life does not test the man who drifts. It tests the man who dares to move forward. And if you are facing resistance right now, it is because you are pushing against the barriers that once defined you. Remember this truth: the struggle is the sign. The struggle means you are about to win. Every great breakthrough in history was preceded by difficulty, by resistance, by nights of despair. The seed breaks before it grows. The caterpillar dissolves before it becomes the butterfly. The metal must endure fire before it takes the shape of strength. You are no different. Whatever you are enduring is not designed to destroy you, but to prepare you. Your pain is the evidence that something greater is trying to be born within you. Yet most people misinterpret struggle. They see it as a sign to quit, as proof that they are failing, as confirmation that they are not meant for greatness. But the opposite is true. Struggle is proof of life, proof of growth, proof that you are in motion. The only people who feel no struggle are the ones who have surrendered to mediocrity. Think of the law of resistance. The more you push against the weight, the stronger you become. The athlete grows not by avoiding strain, but by embracing it. The leader grows not by running from conflict, but by facing it. The dreamer grows not by escaping difficulty, but by enduring it until the dream is real. Your current struggle is not a wall, it is a weight, and weights are designed to build you. Say this aloud and write it down: my struggle is my training. If you ingrain this truth, you will stop resenting the very process that is shaping your destiny. But here is the dangerous lie the world whispers: that struggle means you are behind, that it means you are cursed, that it means you are weak. This lie keeps people from discovering their power. They see others smiling, posting victories, parading success, and they think, why is it so hard for me? They compare their hidden battles to the public highlights of others, and they lose heart. Do not fall for this deception. Struggle is universal. Every strong man and woman you admire has bled for their strength. They just don't show you the wounds. Behind every crown is a cross. Behind every throne is a battlefield. If you are struggling, it means you are walking the same road as those who won before you. Consider how the diamond is formed. It begins as carbon, buried in the dark, under pressure so intense it would shatter lesser stones. Yet it does not shatter. It transforms, and when it emerges, it is unbreakable. The same law applies to you. You are under pressure not to break, but to become. The more intense the struggle, the greater the transformation. Pressure does not come to those who are worthless. It comes to those who are destined to shine. Write this law in bold. Pressure means value. Speak it until it lives in you, because until you believe it, you will continue to mistake your struggle for a curse when it is truly your crown. Now let us address the fear that whispers in your mind. What if I don't make it? What if this destroys me? What if I am not strong enough? These are natural thoughts, but they are lies. You have already survived storms that once felt unbearable. You have already overcome nights you thought would break you. Every scar on your heart is proof that you are stronger than you believe. The fact that you are still breathing, still listening, still striving, is evidence that you are not finished. Do not give in to the illusion that your struggle is unique to you. It is the same forge that has tested every victor in history. And just as they endured, so can you. But here is the cliffhanger truth you must face. Your struggle is not optional. It is required. No one reaches greatness without it. No one builds strength and comfort. No one discovers destiny without facing resistance. This is the law of life. Struggle precedes triumph. Say it aloud and write it on your page. Struggle before victory. Once you understand this law, you will stop asking, why me, and start declaring, try me. Because you will see that what once felt like punishment is actually preparation. And preparation means your moment is coming. Here is an action I want you to take tonight. Write down 3 struggles you are facing right now. Then, beside each one, write the strength it is forcing you to develop. If you are struggling financially, it is forcing discipline. If you are struggling in relationships, it is forcing growth in patience and character. If you are struggling with fear, it is forcing you to grow courage. This is how you turn your struggle into a teacher instead of an enemy. And when you see it as a teacher, the burden becomes lighter, the meaning becomes clearer, and your endurance becomes stronger. So let me leave you with a declaration, a law you must engrave into your mind. My struggle is proof of my future. I will not fear it. I will embrace it. Write it down, Say it aloud. Comment it so others see your conviction. Because the man who sees struggle as proof of victory will never quit before the finish line, and the woman who embraces her struggle as preparation will rise unbreakable. If you believe this, write it. I am being prepared to win. The moment struggle enters your life, you are faced with a choice that separates the victorious from the defeated. You can interpret the hardship as a signal to retreat, or you can interpret it as confirmation that you are on the path worth walking. This is the first great dividing line of destiny. Most people, when faced with difficulty, shrink back, search for comfort, and return to the familiar chains of mediocrity. But those who win, the ones who carve their names into the memory of time, are those who look at the fire and walk into it, knowing that only fire forges strength. Write this down and say it aloud. Struggle is the price of entry. Until you accept that price, you will never hold the reward. Think about the soldier who trains for war. He does not see the weight on his back as punishment, but as preparation. He knows the long marches, the exhaustion, the blisters are not signs of failure, but proof he is growing into someone who can endure the battlefield. You are in the same training now. Your struggle is your preparation, your march, your forge. The heaviness you feel is the very process of transformation at work. But here is where most fall short. They misinterpret the training as cruelty. They curse the weight. They resist the process. They flee the pressure, and in doing so, they forfeit the reward. Do not let that be you. Instead, remind yourself, this burden is building me. Your current struggle is carving into you the capacity to handle the victory you say you want. If success were handed to you now without the lessons of struggle, it would destroy you. Wealth without wisdom is wasted. Power without patience is dangerous. Influence without humility is corruption. This is why the struggle must come first. It is not denial, it is mercy. Life is withholding the prize until you are ready to carry it. If you are fighting today, it means you are being trusted with a larger tomorrow. Struggle is evidence of trust. Struggle is the preparation of character for destiny. Write this law down and declare it. Struggle prepares me for greatness. But here is the dangerous illusion. People believe they want success without pain, growth without pressure, victory without cost. They pray for the mountain to move instead of praying for the strength to climb it. They want the shortcut, the easy way, the smooth road. Yet history shows us the truth. Every man or woman who ever achieved anything lasting walked through fire. Every empire was built on struggle. Every invention was born out of difficulty. Every masterpiece was painted in the shadow of suffering. If you desire greatness, you must stop asking for ease. Start asking for strength. Stop wishing for comfort. Start building endurance. The law is simple. Easy roads lead to empty destinations. Think of how the oak grows. It does not sprout overnight. It digs its roots deep into the earth, fighting for water, battling storms, resisting winds. Every hardship forces it to grow stronger, until one day it towers above the field, immovable, unshakable, eternal. You are the oak. Your roots are being tested, your storms are shaping you, and one day you will tower in the same way, because of not in spite of the struggle. The weak trees fall, the strong trees endure, and their strength comes only because they did not escape the storm. Remember this truth. Struggle is the storm that grows your roots. Here is a practice you must adopt. Each time you face a struggle, instead of saying, "Why me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" Write it down and answer it honestly. If your finances are under strain, what is it teaching you? If your relationships are under fire, what wisdom is it offering you? If your dreams feel delayed, what patience is being formed? Struggle always contains a lesson, and those who learn the lesson transform the struggle into strength. Those who ignore the lesson are doomed to repeat the struggle until they break. Say this with me: I will learn from my struggles. I will not waste them. But here is the cliffhanger truth. The greater the struggle, the greater the destiny it conceals. Life does not waste energy testing those who are meant for small things. It reserves the heaviest struggles for those who are chosen for weighty callings. If your life feels especially difficult, it may be because your purpose is especially great. The more resistance you feel, the greater the proof that you are pushing against something worth breaking through. So instead of despising your struggle, reframe it. It is the evidence that you are destined for more than an average life. Pressure is proportionate to purpose. Pressure means potential. Pressure means promise. Here is your action for today. Take the hardest struggle in your life right now and write beside it these words: "This is proof I am about to win." Carry that paper with you. Look at it each time doubt tries to whisper defeat. Say it aloud until it becomes a truth you cannot ignore. Because the more you ingrain this mindset, the more you transform struggle into fuel instead of fire. And once your mind shifts, your path will follow. Remember, struggle is not your enemy. Struggle is your evidence. So let us close this part with a declaration, a law to engrave into your mind. I embrace struggle because it means I am being prepared to win. Write it, say it, comment it, because the man who welcomes his struggle as proof of destiny will rise and nothing will stop him. And the woman who embraces her struggle as her training will endure and nothing will break her. Struggle feels endless when you are in the middle of it, but here is the law you must remember. The darkest nights often come just before the dawn. The heaviness you feel is not a sign of failure, it is the final resistance before breakthrough. Life will not hand over its greatest treasures without demanding proof of your persistence. It will test your patience, your endurance, your faith. And only those who refuse to surrender discover that the night was never meant to last forever. Write this down. My struggle is temporary, but my victory is permanent. Repeat it until it replaces the lie that your pain will never end. Think about the miner who digs for gold. He spends days, weeks, sometimes years, moving rock after rock, finding nothing. Many give up inches before striking the vein. But the one who refuses to stop, the one who endures the emptiness and keeps digging, is the one who discovers wealth beyond measure. Your life is no different. Every day you endure, every step you take, every tear you shed is moving you closer to the gold that lies beneath. But most people will never see it because they quit at the brink of discovery. Do not let that be you. Your struggle is evidence that the gold is near. Say this aloud: I will not quit before the gold. Now understand this paradox. Struggle is not the opposite of success. Struggle is the path to success. The two are not enemies, they are companions. Every victory carries the fingerprints of struggle. Every triumph is built on the foundation of difficulty. The greatest mistake people make is believing that once they succeed, the struggle ends. But the truth is, the higher you rise, the more resistance you face. Success does not eliminate struggle, it elevates it. And that is good, because each new struggle means each new level of strength. The champions of life are not those who avoid hardship, but those who grow so strong that no hardship can stop them. Write this law on your page: struggle and success walk together. But here is the dangerous illusion. Most people look at those who are thriving and assume they never struggled. They see the glory, but not the grind, the crown, but not the cross, the victory, but not the valley. They envy the destination while ignoring the journey. And so they curse their own struggle, believing it means they are failing. Do not be fooled. What you are enduring now is the same furnace every victor has endured before you. The difference is simple. They stayed in the fire long enough to emerge transformed. You must decide, will you step out too soon and remain the same, or will you stay until the fire refines you? Say it aloud: I will endure until I am transformed. Think of the athlete who feels the sharpest pain just before his muscles grow. Think of the climber who feels the greatest fatigue just before reaching the peak. Think of the student who feels the most confusion just before the lesson clicks into clarity. Struggle is not a signal to stop, it is a signal that growth is happening. This is why you must not trust your feelings in the middle of the fight. Feelings will tell you it is hopeless. Feelings will whisper that nothing is changing. Feelings will demand you quit, but the law of life is stronger than your feelings. Growth is happening, even when you cannot see it. Victory is approaching, even when you cannot feel it. Write this down and declare it: I do not trust feelings, I trust the law of growth. There is a secret that few acknowledge. Your struggle is shaping not just your strength, but your story. One day, the very hardship that makes you weep now will be the testimony that inspires someone else to rise. The battle you fight in silence today will become the wisdom you speak tomorrow. Every scar will be a lesson. Every wound will be a roadmap for someone who comes after you. This is why you must not despise your struggle. It is not only about you, it is about those who will be lifted because you refuse to quit. If you believe this, write it in the comments. My struggle will be my story. Here is your action for today. Take one of your current struggles and reframe it into a statement of purpose. Instead of saying, I am overwhelmed by this challenge, write, this challenge is preparing me for leadership. Instead of saying, I am broken by this setback, write, this setback is sharpening my resilience. Transform your struggle into a sentence of strength. Keep that sentence with you, repeat it each morning until you believe it. This is how you turn pain into power, weakness into wisdom, difficulty into destiny. The words you speak about your struggle determine the life you create from it. So let us end with a declaration, a law to ingrain into your spirit. I will endure the darkest night because dawn is coming. Write it, speak it, believe it, Because the one who refuses to give up when the struggle is strongest is the one who will live to see the victory that others only dreamed of. There comes a moment in every struggle when the weight feels unbearable, when the silence feels deafening, when the temptation to surrender whispers louder than hope itself. This moment is not random. It is designed. It is the crucible of greatness, the place where the weak turn back and the strong press forward. Understand this: when the pressure peaks, you are not being broken, you are being measured. Life is asking you one question: do you want it badly enough? And how you answer determines everything. Write this down: the greatest pressure comes before the greatest breakthrough. If you can endure the peak of resistance, the tide will turn in your favor. Think of how iron is tested. It is placed into the hottest fire, not to destroy it, but to reveal its strength. Weak metal bends, but true steel emerges harder, sharper, unyielding. The same principle governs your struggle. You are in the fire now, not because you are weak, but because you are strong enough to endure it. Do not mistake the intensity of the test for punishment. It is confirmation. The harder the fire, the greater the faith life has placed in you. Repeat this aloud and engrave it into your page. This fire is proof of my strength. But here is the deception most people fall for. They believe struggle means they are cursed, forgotten, abandoned. They think the silence means no one sees, no one cares, no one is coming to help. Yet the truth is that silence is the very arena where your spirit is forged. Help delayed is not help denied. Answers withheld are not answers refused. The silence is space for you to grow into the person who can carry the answer when it comes. A parent does not carry the child forever. They let them stumble so the legs can learn to walk. In the same way, your struggle is teaching you to stand on your own strength. Say this law aloud: silence is training, not abandonment. Look at the heroes of history. None of them were formed in comfort. They were shaped in exile, in deserts, in prisons, in caves, in storms. Every one of them carried scars long before they carried crowns. They did not enjoy the pain, but they understood the purpose, and their legacy was not built in spite of the struggle. It was built because of it. You must recognize that you walked the same path. Your difficulty places you in the lineage of those who overcame. Do not envy the ones who had it easy. Easy lives produce empty legacies. Hard lives produce eternal stories. Write it down. Easy is empty. Struggle is legacy. Here is where your mind must shift. Instead of asking for lighter burdens, begin asking for stronger shoulders. Instead of resenting the fire, ask what it is forging in you. Instead of crying out for escape, ask what endurance you are gaining. Because the truth is, struggle never leaves you empty-handed. It always gives something in return: courage, wisdom, resilience, humility, strength. But you must claim the gift. You must open your eyes to see what it is leaving within you. Most people miss this because they are blinded by bitterness. But if you choose to look with new eyes, you will discover that your struggle is not stealing from you, it is investing in you. Say this aloud: my struggle is making me rich in strength. But here is the cliffhanger truth. The longer you resist the lesson, the longer the struggle remains. Life will not promote you until you have passed the test. And if you avoid the test, you repeat it. This is why some people suffer the same cycles for years. They refuse to learn, so the struggle lingers. But the moment you embrace the lesson, the moment you declare, "I will grow from this," the chains begin to break. Your struggle is not eternal. It is a teacher. And like all teachers, it will release you once you have learned what it came to teach. Do not curse the classroom. Graduate from it. Write this down: I will learn quickly. I will not waste my struggle. Here is a simple practice for tonight. Take the hardest thing you are enduring right now and write this question beside it: what is this trying to teach me? Then answer honestly. Is it teaching you discipline? Is it teaching you patience? Is it teaching you to value what you once ignored? Once you identify the lesson, commit to living it. This will transform your struggle from torment into training, from misery into meaning, from delay into destiny. The ones who do this walk out of the fire refined. The ones who refuse remain stuck in the heat. The choice is yours. So let us end this part with a declaration, a law for your spirit. I am not being destroyed. I am being forged. I embrace the fire. Write it, say it, comment it. Let it echo in your heart, because the man who understands the fire will rise from it unshakable, and the woman who accepts the forge will emerge as steel. There is a reason your struggle feels personal, as if the universe itself has singled you out for hardship, as if you are carrying a weight heavier than anyone around you. That feeling is not an illusion, it is a calling. Pressure is never distributed evenly. It falls hardest on those destined to carry the heaviest crowns. Life does not burden the weak with immense struggle, because the weak would collapse. It burdens the strong because the strong can endure. If you are struggling right now more than you think you can bear, it is because life has judged you capable of bearing it. Write this down. My struggle is a measure of my strength. Let that truth dismantle the lie that you are cursed. You are not cursed, you are chosen. Think of how generals are chosen for war. They are not selected from the timid, the fearful, the untested. They are chosen from those who have endured the hardest trials, those who have survived the longest marches, those who have faced defeat yet risen again. You are in the same process now. Your struggle is your proving ground. The battle you fight today is the evidence you are being considered for leadership tomorrow. Yet most people disqualify themselves by cursing the very trial that is meant to qualify them. Do not despise your battle. It is your entrance exam for greatness. Say it aloud and write it in bold. My struggle is my qualification. But here is the false belief that traps so many. They think struggle is random, meaningless, cruel. They see only chaos where in truth there is order. The storm feels violent, but the storm is carving rivers where none existed. The pain feels unbearable, but the pain is birthing a new identity. Struggle is not chaos, it is construction. And if you could see the blueprint of your destiny, you would understand why the foundation requires such force. The greater the building, the deeper the foundation must be laid. And right now, your foundation is being dug. That is why it hurts so deeply. That is why it feels endless. Because what is coming will be weighty, and only a strong foundation can hold it. Write this law. The deeper the struggle, the higher the future. Consider the artist who chisels marble. The block does not understand why the hammer strikes again and again, why pieces are falling away, why it must endure the noise, the dust, the pain, but the artist sees what the block cannot. The artist sees the form inside the stone. The struggle is not destruction, it is revelation. You are the marble, life is the sculptor. Every blow is carving away what you are not, so that what you truly are can emerge. Do not resist the chisel, embrace it, because the more it strikes, the clearer your true form becomes. Say it aloud, I am being sculpted for greatness. But here is the cliffhanger truth you must face. The enemy of your destiny is not the struggle itself, it is despair. Struggle will never destroy you unless you surrender to hopelessness. The moment you believe the lie that the pain is meaningless, you collapse. The moment you whisper, this will never end, the struggle wins, not because it was stronger than you, but because you gave it your agreement. Struggle has no victory over those who choose meaning. The only weapon it has is despair. So guard your mind, protect your hope. Write this down and speak it often. Struggle cannot defeat me if I refuse to despair. Here is your practice for today. Take the hardest moment you have endured and reframe it into a badge of honor. Write down the struggle, and beside it, write the strength it gave you. Did betrayal give you wisdom? Did failure give you resilience? Did loss give you perspective? Then hold that page as proof that you have survived before and will survive again. Every struggle already overcome is a prophecy that you will overcome the one you face now. If you believe this, write it in the comments. I have survived before. I will survive again. Understand this clearly. Comfort never creates conquerors. Ease never creates leaders. Struggle alone produces the men and women whose names endure. If you want to win, if you want to rise, if you want to be remembered, you cannot run from struggle. You must embrace it as the very evidence of your coming victory. Your pain is not wasted. Your tears are not meaningless. Your fight is not in vain. They are the currency of triumph. They are the investment of destiny. And every ounce you pay now will return multiplied later. Say this law aloud. Struggle is the seed. Victory is the harvest. So let us close this part with a declaration, one to etch into your heart. My struggle is not my enemy. My struggle is my crown. I do not curse it. I honor it. Write it. Speak it. Believe it. Because the man who honors his struggle will rise above it. And the woman who wears her struggle as a crown will shine brighter than the fire that forged her. There comes a point in every struggle when you feel as though you have nothing left to give, when your body is exhausted, your spirit is drained, and your mind whispers that you cannot endure another day. This moment is the threshold of destiny. It is the place where most turn back, yet it is also the place where the few who push forward discover their true strength. Understand this. When you feel empty, you are closer than ever to being filled. When you feel weakest, you are on the edge of becoming strongest. Write this down and speak it aloud. My lowest point is the doorway to my highest rise. This is not poetry, it is law. Think about the runner in the final stretch of the race. His muscles scream, his lungs burn, his vision blurs. Every part of him cries out to stop. But if he endures just moments longer, The finish line appears, the crowd roars, and the crown is placed upon his head. The pain was the signal he was almost there. Your life works the same way. The intensity of your struggle is evidence of proximity to victory. Pain is not proof of failure. Pain is proof that the finish line is near. Do not quit at the edge of triumph. Say this law aloud. Pain means I am close. But here is the false belief that destroys so many. They think strength means never feeling weak, never doubting, never trembling. They imagine that the victorious are fearless giants who never falter. Nothing could be further from the truth. Strength is not the absence of weakness. Strength is the refusal to quit in the presence of weakness. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is action taken while fear screams in your ear. The greatest victories are not won by those who felt no struggle, but by those who chose to fight anyway. So if you feel afraid, tired, uncertain, good, it means you are human, and it also means you have the opportunity to rise. Consider the eagle. When storms come, other birds hide. They seek shelter, they avoid the winds, but the eagle does the opposite. It spreads its wings, uses the very storm others fear, and rises above the clouds. The eagle is not strong because storms do not come. It is strong because it refuses to hide when storms arrive. You are the same. Struggle is your storm. You can hide like the others, or you can spread your wings and use the wind to rise higher. Every blast of resistance can become your lift if you choose to face it with courage. Repeat this and write it down. I use struggle as my wind. But here is the cliffhanger truth. Your breakthrough will cost you something. No one rises without sacrifice. The struggle you endure is demanding payment in advance for the victory to come. You may lose comfort, you may lose approval, you may lose ease, but you will gain freedom, you will gain strength, you will gain the life you were meant to live. Too many people try to win without paying the price, and that is why they never break through. They want the crown, but not the cross. They want the harvest, but not the sowing. But life does not work that way. The law is clear. Sacrifice is the price of victory. Say it aloud until it lives in you. Here is your practice for today. Write down what your current struggle is costing you, and then write down what it is giving you. You may write, "This struggle cost me sleep, but it is giving me resilience." Or, "This struggle cost me comfort, but it is giving me wisdom." Or, "This struggle cost me approval, but it is giving me freedom." This exercise will reframe your mind. It will remind you that nothing you are enduring is wasted. Every cost carries a return. Every pain carries a promise. And when you see this clearly, you will endure with strength rather than despair. Understand this: the people who are remembered are not those who had no struggle. They are the ones who refused to surrender when the struggle was greatest. They are remembered because they endured, and endurance is the true mark of greatness. Not talent, not luck, endurance. If you can endure longer than others, you will outlast them, you will outgrow them, you will outshine them. Endurance is the real crown of champions. Write this law in bold letters. Endurance is power. If you believe it, say it, write it, ingrain it in your spirit until it becomes unshakable. So let us end this part with a declaration. My struggle does not break me. My struggle builds me. I endure, I rise, I win. Write it on your page, speak it aloud, and comment it if you must. Because the man who endures will inherit victory, and the woman who refuses to quit will live to wear the crown. There is a hidden truth most never see. Your current struggle is not only shaping your strength, it is exposing your identity. Struggle strips away illusions. It removes the masks you've worn, the excuses you've repeated, the lies you've believed. When life presses you, what is false falls apart, and what is real remains. This is why struggle feels so painful. It is tearing away everything you are not. But when the tearing is finished, you will stand face to face with who you truly are. Write this down and declare it aloud. Struggle reveals my true self. Until you understand this, you will keep resisting the very process that is meant to free you. Think of the seed. On the surface, it looks small, fragile, lifeless, but inside, it contains a mighty tree. For that tree to emerge, the shell must break. The cracking feels like destruction, but it is actually revelation. You are the seed. Your struggle is the cracking. The pain you feel is proof that something greater inside you is trying to emerge. Most people never endure long enough to see the tree. They stay in the shell, terrified of the breaking, and so they remain small, hidden, undeveloped. But if you endure, if you let the struggle break what must be broken, your true self will rise, stronger than the shell that once contained it. Say this aloud. My breaking is my becoming. But here is the dangerous lie. The world tells you to hide your struggles, to mask your weakness, to pretend you are fine. It convinces you that pain is shameful, that hardship is failure, that struggle disqualifies you. Nothing could be further from the truth. Struggle is not proof of weakness. It is proof of courage. It means you are still in the fight. It means you have not surrendered. The scars you carry are not marks of shame. They are medals of survival. Every struggle you endure is a badge that says, I am still here. Write this down and repeat it. My struggle is my evidence. Consider the story of the butterfly. Inside the cocoon, it must struggle, pushing against the walls, forcing its wings to expand. If someone intervenes and cuts the cocoon open, the butterfly dies. Why? Because it is the struggle itself that pumps life into its wings. Without the fight, it cannot fly. The same law applies to you. The struggle you face is strengthening your wings. If you avoid it, if you escape it too soon, you will never fly. Do not despise your cocoon. Do not curse your confinement. It is there to prepare you for freedom. Say this law aloud. My struggle is making me strong enough to fly. But here is the cliffhanger truth. The very things you think are holding you back may actually be the things lifting you forward. The loss you grieve may be removing what was never meant for you. The rejection you feel may be redirecting you to where you truly belong. The closed doors that frustrate you may be the walls that keep you on the right path. Struggle is not against you, it is for you. It only feels like opposition because you cannot yet see the redirection. But one day you will look back and say, if not for that struggle, I would not be here. Write this down. Struggle is not rejection. Struggle is redirection. Now here is a practice for today. Take the greatest struggle in your life right now and write beneath it. What is this removing from me? What is this revealing about me? What is this redirecting me toward? Answer honestly. Maybe it is removing fear, revealing resilience, redirecting you to purpose. Maybe it is stripping away pride, revealing humility, redirecting you to wisdom. Once you see the answers, you will realize your struggle is not your enemy, it is your ally. And once you treat it as an ally, you will no longer resist it. You will work with it. And that is when transformation accelerates. Understand this. Every man or woman who left a mark on history carried a struggle that nearly broke them, but instead of breaking, they let it build them. Instead of hiding it, they embraced it. Instead of cursing it, they turned it into fuel. And because of that, their names endured. Your name too can endure. But it will not come from an easy road. It will come from the struggle you are facing now. Do not waste it. Do not run from it. Do not hide it. Say it aloud and engrave it on your page. My struggle is my identity. So let us end this part with a declaration, a law for your soul. I am not my fears. I am not my failures. I am the strength my struggles create. Write it, speak it, believe it, because the one who embraces this truth will never see struggle the same way again. He will see it as revelation. She will see it as transformation, and both will rise unshakable and free. But here is the dangerous trap. While you are in the middle of struggle, your vision narrows. All you see is the weight of today. You forget the larger picture. You lose sight of the horizon. This is why so many give up. They confuse a chapter with the entire book. They mistake a season for a lifetime. But seasons change, chapters turn. The story is not over just because the struggle feels endless. The sun always rises. The tide always shifts. Pain always transforms. If you can endure, you will discover that the struggle was only a page, not the whole story. Write this down. My story is bigger than my struggle. Struggle has a way of convincing you that you are alone, that no one else understands, that no one else carries the weight you do. This lie is one of its sharpest weapons because isolation breeds despair. But the truth is, every great man and woman you admire has walked through their own furnace of struggle. They may not show it, they may not speak of it, but behind every shining moment of triumph are nights of darkness where they too wondered if they could endure. You are not alone in this fire. You are walking a path carved by every victor who came before you. Write this down. My struggle connects me to the great. Let it remind you that you are part of a lineage of endurance. Think of Abraham Lincoln, who faced failure in business, rejection in politics, and personal tragedy long before he became a symbol of leadership. Think of Thomas Edison, who endured 1,000 failed experiments before lighting the world. Think of Nelson Mandela, who spent decades in prison before emerging as a beacon of freedom. Struggle did not disqualify them, it defined them. Their greatness was not in spite of struggle, but because of it. The same law applies to you. One day, the very trials that seem unbearable will be the foundation of your story, the reason others look at you and say, if they overcame, so can I. Say this aloud: my struggle will become my legacy. Consider the law of sowing and reaping. The farmer does not plant a seed and demand fruit tomorrow. He knows there is a season of waiting, of tending, of enduring storms and droughts. He knows the soil must be tested. The roots must grow deep before the harvest comes. Your struggle is that season. It is not wasted. It is not meaningless. It is the soil where your destiny is growing unseen. Just because you cannot see progress does not mean it is not happening. Roots grow before fruit appears. Endure your season, and the harvest will come. Say it aloud: I trust the season of struggle. But here is the cliffhanger truth. The ones who never win are not the ones who struggle the hardest, but the ones who quit the fastest. Struggle is universal. Victory is rare. And the difference lies not in who suffers, but in who endures. Every person is tested, but only those who choose persistence rise above the test. If you quit, your story ends in struggle. If you endure, your story ends in triumph. This is the law, unchanging and eternal. Endurance is the bridge between pain and promise. Write this down: endurance is the key to my victory. Here is a practice for today. Write down the hardest moment in your past that you survived, the one you thought would break you but did not. Then remind yourself, if I overcame that, I can overcome this. Carry that memory as a weapon. When doubt whispers, you cannot endure, respond with evidence: I already have. This practice will build confidence in your resilience, proof that you are stronger than you believe. If you believe it, write in the comments: I have endured before. I will endure again. So let us end this part with a declaration, a law for your spirit. I am never alone in struggle. I endure with purpose. I rise with legacy. Write it, speak it, believe it, because the one who sees struggle as connection, as purpose, as legacy, will endure with power. And the one who endures with power will emerge as a light that no darkness can extinguish. Understand this: your struggle is shaping not just your destiny, but your influence. The people who inspire the world are not those who never struggled, but those who overcame and then shared their story. Your pain today is someone else's roadmap tomorrow. Your scars will guide another through their fire. Your endurance will light another's darkness. This is why you must not quit. If you fall, others will lose the example they need. If you rise, others will rise with you. Write this down: my struggle is not just for me, it is for others. Struggle has a way of disguising itself as chaos, as if nothing makes sense, as if the pain is random, as if life is mocking you. But the truth is far more precise. There is order hidden in the very chaos you despise. Struggle is a system, a process, a law as predictable as gravity. It arrives not to ruin you, but to refine you. It strips away what cannot last and strengthens what must endure. It is a silent architect, removing weak beams and replacing them with steel. When you understand this, you no longer see struggle as a curse, you see it as construction. Write this down and declare it: my struggle is building me into something greater. Think of how a sword is made. It begins as raw iron, shapeless, ordinary. The blacksmith places it into fire, then hammers it against the anvil. Again and again it is burned, beaten, reshaped. To the iron it feels like destruction, but to the blacksmith it is progress. With every strike, the blade becomes sharper, stronger, deadlier. This is your life. The fire you hate, the blows you resent, the repetition you fear. They are not random. They are shaping you into a weapon life can use. Without the fire, you remain raw. Without the blows, you remain dull. The fire is not punishment. The fire is the forge. Say this aloud: I am being forged, not destroyed. But here is the dangerous lie that keeps people weak. They believe comfort is the goal of life. They run from pain, they seek ease, they crave safety. Yet nothing of value is born in comfort. Diamonds are not formed in calm, they are formed under pressure. Champions are not built on couches, they are built in battle. Leaders are not trained in peace, they are tested in war. If you pursue comfort, you will inherit weakness. If you embrace struggle, you will inherit greatness. The law is simple. Comfort creates weakness. Struggle creates strength. Choose wisely which inheritance you desire. Consider the mountain climber. He does not ascend because the path is smooth. He ascends because the challenge calls him higher. Every step is pain. Every breath is heavy. Every muscle burns. But the view from the top cannot be bought, cannot be gifted, cannot be stolen. It must be earned through struggle. And once earned, it is his forever. This is your life. The view you desire cannot be handed to you. It must be climbed toward. And every struggle you face is one more step up the mountain. Do not despise the climb. Without it, there is no summit. Say this aloud: The struggle is my mountain, the summit is my reward. But here is the cliffhanger truth. The world will try to convince you to quit by showing you only the cost, never the return. It will magnify the pain, the difficulty, the sacrifice, until you believe it is not worth it. Yet what it hides from you is the harvest, the reward that comes only to those who endure. The greatest danger is not the pain itself, but forgetting what the pain is buying you. Pain is the currency of progress. Sacrifice is the down payment of success. Struggle is the investment that multiplies into strength. Write this law: struggle is the price of greatness, and I will pay it. Here is your practice for today. The next time you feel overwhelmed, pause and say to yourself, this is not random. This is my training. Repeat it until the truth sinks in. Then write down one quality your struggle is producing in you: patience, courage, wisdom, resilience. Focus on that quality. As your reward in progress, this will turn frustration into fuel. It will reframe pain into preparation, and it will keep you moving forward when others stop. If you believe it, write in the comments, my struggle is my training. Understand this: you are not meant to merely survive your struggle. You are meant to emerge from it, transformed, unrecognizable to the weaker version of yourself who first entered the fire. That is why struggle feels unbearable. It is burning away the version of you that cannot carry your future. The ashes you leave behind are not your loss, they are your liberation. And when you rise, you will not rise as you were, you will rise as who you were meant to be all along. Say it aloud: I will not leave this struggle the same, I will rise refined. So let us end this part with a declaration, a law to engrave into your spirit: the fire that tests me will be the fire that crowns me. Write it, speak it, believe it, because the man who endures the forge will emerge a weapon, and the woman who embraces the fire will shine brighter than gold. There is a moment when every struggle reaches its conclusion, when the weight that once threatened to crush you becomes the very proof that you were unbreakable. That moment is coming for you. Struggle does not last forever, but the strength it leaves behind does. The scars you carry will not fade, but they will no longer ache, they will testify. They will tell the story of nights you endured, of battles you fought, of storms you survived. And when you look back, you will not curse the struggle. You will thank it. You will see that it was never your enemy, but your greatest teacher. Write this down and say it aloud: one day I will thank my struggle. Think of the caterpillar that endures the darkness of the cocoon. To the outside world, it looks trapped, stuck, finished. But inside it is transforming. And when the time comes, it breaks free with wings it never knew it had. You are in the cocoon now. The darkness is not the end, it is the middle. The pressure you feel is not confinement, it is transformation. And soon, when the time is right, you too will break free with wings of strength, wisdom, and freedom. The struggle was not meant to bury you, it was meant to transform you. Say this law aloud: my struggle is my transformation. But here is the truth that few ever accept. Victory does not come to the strongest, the fastest, or the most gifted. It comes to the ones who endure the longest. Endurance is the great equalizer. It takes ordinary men and women and lifts them above the extraordinary. Talent can fade, luck can vanish, wealth can be lost. But endurance builds legacies that cannot be erased. The man who refuses to quit cannot be defeated. The woman who refuses to stop cannot be denied. This is why your struggle matters. It is proving your endurance. It is building your legacy. Write it and declare it: endurance is my crown. Consider how gold is tested. It is placed in the fire, melted, purified, refined, until no impurity remains. Only then is it shaped into something precious. The fire does not destroy the gold, it reveals it. Your struggle has been your fire, every false belief burned away, every weakness exposed and consumed, every impurity removed, and what remains is pure, unshakable, indestructible. Do not curse the fire that revealed your gold. Celebrate it, because without the fire, the treasure inside you would have stayed hidden. Write this down: the fire did not destroy me, it revealed me. But here is the cliffhanger truth that demands your attention. You must decide what to do with your victory when it comes. Struggle shapes you for more than personal success. It prepares you for responsibility. The strength you gain is not only for you, it is for those you will lead, those you will lift, those who will one day endure their own fire and look to you for guidance. Your scars are not just yours, they are roadmaps for others. Your testimony is not just your story, it is a torch for those still lost in the dark. Say this aloud: my struggle equips me to light the way for others. Here is your final practice. Write down one person who will benefit from your victory. One person who will be inspired when they see you endure, who will believe in themselves when they see you win, who will rise when they watch you rise. Keep their name with you. Each time you feel like quitting, remember them, because your victory is bigger than you. Your endurance is not only your freedom, it is theirs too. If you believe this, write it in the comments. My victory will inspire others. Now understand this, your struggle was never meaningless. It was never wasted. Every tear, every setback, every loss was part of the design. It all conspired to shape you, to strengthen you, to prepare you, and now you stand on the edge of victory. Do not look back with bitterness. Look forward with fire. Your best days are not behind you, they are ahead, and they are built on the very struggle you thought would break you. Say it aloud and engrave it into your heart. I am stronger because I struggled. So let us close with the ultimate declaration, the final law. My struggle is my sign that I was destined to win. I do not fear it. I embrace it. I honor it. Write it, say it, comment it. Because the man who honors his struggle will inherit his crown, and the woman who embraces her struggle will rise to her throne. And when the story of your life is told, it will not be the struggle that is remembered. It will be the victory